Yo, what's up boys, and welcome back. And if you haven't already been here, welcome. This video is a little bit different. I'm just going to be going over basically what the new updates are going to be. They are impacting building a lot, and as you can see, this stuff that is red will no longer be in the game, unfortunately. So a lot of anti-siege and 2 of my bases are ruined. So before I actually show you my bases that were ruined and show you a tutorial on an updated compound version, I'm just going to show you what the new options are real quick right here. So this is a new option. It looks a little bit weird, but this is probably going to be the option that most people are going to be using. I learned all these options through Crow's newest videos. If you want a more in-depth guide on how to build these and everything else, I'd recommend go checking out his video, link in description. But as you can see, that's how it works. Disconnects, and yeah, it's pretty simple. Coming over to this one, I don't like this one at all. I don't think anybody will really be using this, just because of the fact that it has to have 2 different height variants, as you can see. Oh, let me try to make this jump. Oh, there it is. All right, now coming in here, how it works is basically there's just a ramp. As you can see, there's the upkeep now. Once that ramp is destroyed, you can go back in that upkeep, and it's a lot lower. And once we add it back, all the upkeep will be back in there. Simple as that. That's how it's disconnected and reconnected. Pretty simple. I just don't like it. It's bulky, it takes up a lot of room, and overall the 2 different height variants does not make it very friendly. Now moving over to my last option, and honestly probably my favorite option for a lot of bases, the Alone in Tokyo styled one. No disconnectable, nothing. You simply destroy the TC if you want it gone. Probably the most practical way of doing it, and they also are very nice for extra bed respawns and other such things like door campers. I like these a lot. I don't really put them in any of my videos though. So yeah, those are the new ones, and then those are the bad ones. It sucks, but that's the update. Go check out Crow's video for a more in-depth guide. Now moving over here, so this is the Venus, one of my, actually it is my most popular base, and unfortunately it got screwed because of the anti-siege. I'm only going to be showing my bases that I have anti-siege, which is the Venus and Vine. So yeah, the other ones you could just simply add on whatever external you want. But this is a tour. The green is what's new, and then the normal metal is what's already been there. So all this is new, as you could see. That's how you disconnect it, is from that little twig piece up there, and it clearly disconnects, as you can see with the upkeep. Now moving along over here to the gatehouse. I'm just going to give you a little tour of it, and then I'll show you how to build it after. Nice little tour. That's the normal gatehouse that is on it. These are all completely, like, super easy to add on to the base, to the Venus. Just makes it usable. So that green is new because that is our anti-siege, and I needed to switch it up a bit. The only bad part about it is the fact that instead of having a seawall, now we have a funnel wall, which is okay. You could just put shotgun traps. That's how you disconnect it, and you reconnect it like that. You see, very nice. Patrico's looking back there, just like the normal Venus. It's pretty much the same exact thing, except a little bit different. Yeah, that's all. That's just on all 4 sides, and then of course TCs. And how this works is those do cover it. All right, so here is the Venus updated compound. I am only going to be doing half of the compound just to show you kind of what you exactly need, and then you could obviously go around and fill out the rest. Here we go. We're gonna start on one of these. Simple build out. Just pay attention closely. It should be very simple. Do not upgrade that middle one. I did accidentally upgrade that. You'll see why in a minute. Right here, as you can see, that's meant to be twig. Then upgrade that top one, and you could put that right there, and there your anti-siege works. Add deployables. Now this is just for the barricades. You could put whatever you want up there. You could close it off. You could do really whatever. You could put a couple of boxes, maybe even turrets if you have extra. Doing the same thing on this side right here. Recommend putting the shotgun trap down there. Very nice spot for it. It's where a lot of raiders will be funneling into. Alright, so that's the anti-siege part. Now we are going to add our furnaces and stuff. Most of the time you would do your external first. I just did it like this. I don't know why. These walls are a little bit funky. Just kind of place them how I am, just right up against that furnace. And then, like I said, placement isn't going to be perfect, but trust me, it works. Put it right up against the furnace. My bad. It does work with one. Two, just to be safe, would be nice, but it does work with one. Alright, now I'm moving over to this, which is probably what you will actually be doing first, so my bad for putting this last. That's the build out that you are going to want to do though. Just simply do it like that. You can see the anti-siege is working. Now let's go in here and destroy him. There you go. Now you can place it. Okay, now let's build this. Make sure that it's a half wall and then a full wall so that it works. It's just how the system works. I'm not really too sure how to explain it. Like I said, Crow's video is a really in-depth guide on it. So they did actually make doing those a bit harder just because there's no more clipping. So you do actually have to be really precise when doing those. It is a little bit difficult, but just give it time and you'll get pretty good at it. It's not too hard. Sometimes you might either have to go above it or even go into the thing under it. Just depends on how it feels. See, it will work eventually. There you go. Now to connect it, simply upgrade that metal with that, and then a frame to connect it, and then there's your external TC. Now to test the anti-siege really quickly, see this? As you can see, we're going to add both of them back. And we are going to destroy this TC. Okay, that's not normal. Hold up. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot to connect it here. That's why. Once this is connected, then you'll see that it is perfect anti-siege and that it cannot be messed with. As you can see, you can't place it anywhere. Even with the triangle, nowhere. You're not placing it anywhere, not getting it anywhere on there, which is perfect anti-siege, meaning no matter what, they cannot take over your TC. Perfect. All right, now here's the tour of the updated Vine compound. Here it is. Nice. Green. So I pretty much had to revamp this whole entire compound. So this one's a bit more complicated, but like I said, it's completely connected to the Vine, so just add it on whenever you're in the build tutorial. Yeah, the whole compound is completely new. I honestly like it better. I think it works better as well. It's very nice. Anti-siege is also perfect on this as well. As you can see, complete seawall all the way around. You could even turn it into a China wall if you wanted to. I'm not saying you should, but if you wanted to, you could definitely turn it into a China wall. That's how you disconnect it. Your anti-siege. As you can see, those two cover that one right there. And yeah, that's pretty much the compound. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to do half of it again. So yeah, let's hop into the build tutorial. All right, so here's the tutorial of the updated Vine compound. There's half of it, and then I'm going to build the other half and show you how to put it down. The only reason I'm not building the whole thing is that you can pretty easily figure out where it goes. All I have to do is really just show you one thing, because the rest of the compound is pretty much the same. Make sure that you make this a raised foundation. It's very important. If it is a lower foundation, then your whole entire siege wall, or whatever you want to call it, will completely be ruined. Add deployables. This is a pretty big bedroom, very nice for respawns. I'd put some garage doors even in here, and it's honestly probably going to be one of your main bedrooms in your whole entire base. Very nice. All right, now moving right to here to our external side of it. Reason that we do those ramps, I don't know if I ever said it, gives the turrets a lot more visibility instead of just doing floors. Then sometimes the turrets can be blocked off, and then sometimes the raiders can get by without even getting shot. But those ramps, it's really hard for people to get by with them. I would recommend practicing all of these in a build server, just because sure to keep that middle one twig. Add embrasures and even some normal windows on those would be nice. Make sure nobody could shoot through them unexpectedly. Like I said, you can even do a China wall if you want instead of the seawall, or instead of just the chain link, but in my opinion the chain link is all you need. But if you really do have those extra resources, go ahead and do a China wall. It would look pretty cool. Alright, there's your compound, but now we have to do the external. As you can see, it works. I did also forget to put that ramp there. I will go back and fix that in a little bit, I believe. I did mess that up. Make sure to do it like that. It might make it look a little bit more stupid, but right as of now, it is the best way to do it. I'm sure people have already found new ways that are better to do it, and they will become more known later on. But honestly, this method works fine, and I kind of like it. Perfect. Like I said, it's a bit harder. Gonna have to get used to it. I like adding this just so that people cannot soft side it, and you could replace it even if they do soft side it. A little bit tricky again. Alright, there's that. Now let's add some furnaces and compound. You don't even need furnaces. You can have them. It's up to you. Actually, first, let's check our anti-siege, which I did the same thing with the ramp. So, see how this turns out. Oh, I did it towards the good side, but make sure to have that ramp there or your anti-siege will not work. There you go. There's your anti-siege. Now, you don't even need furnaces. I'm adding them just cause, but you really don't need them. You could just have compound walls. Or if you're doing a China wall, well, then you don't need any walls. It's really up to you and your personal preference. as I'm placing these furnaces, I am gonna yap a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to get out a build video this month. I had a really good and big base plan, not big base, but like a really nice base that honestly I think is one of my best bases ever. I've been working on it for a while and it's super good, but this update kind of fucked me. I was a little bit into editing it and it kind of just, you know, once this update sold, the whole base is obviously just chopped, so I had to redesign the compound and I'm working on that video. We'll see if I can get it out decent. I have been pretty busy IRL and stuff, so we'll see. Make sure like these furnaces, or I mean these walls, are also a little bit tricky to place. Just try to place them really up against that furnace so that you only need to use 3 walls. If you end up messing it up, you might have to use 4 walls. It's very close. All right, now let's just add some embrasures, which are super easy on this base, and then we're done. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had to get out something for you guys to use because a lot of people are going to be pretty cooked on bases, I think, this month. We'll see, but I couldn't get out my main base because of the update. But thank you guys for watching, like and subscribe, and bye-bye.